is going on, boys? Today, we are going to be talking about the three-headed goat of the American automotive world. The GT500, the ZL1 Camaro, and the Hellcat Redeye. These are American muscle goats, all running V8s with, of course, that supercharger on top of it, making upwards of 600 plus horsepower in all of them. All three of these, of course, we got to get this out of the way, have absolutely terrible fuel economy. The GT500. Yeah, I've never been a Mustang guy.
We do not care.
It has its snappy dual clutch gearbox, which is kind of cool. I gotta admit, that's pretty cool. This car makes 760 horsepower from factory. Car and driver managed to get this car to a 3.60 to 60 time. However, if you're driving this car and you're trying to get to that speed, you kind of have to watch out for cliffs and, you know, of course, the occasional crowd. On the market, GT500s are selling anywhere from 85 to 100 grand. The 100 grand ones are more of the new ones, which is just actually crazy for an American muscle car. I want to say that this might actually be the most aggressive looking out of all three of them, because it has the aggressive rear and the aggressive front.
They're coming.
I'll get more to that when we go to the next car, which the next car is going to be the ZL1 Camaro. The ZL1 Camaro wins out of the three for the best 0 to 60 time at 3.4 seconds, 0.2 seconds quicker than the GT500. This car also gets bonus points because Hennessy has obviously their Exorcist package. I know that the Hellcat and the GT500 also have a 1000 horsepower package from Hennessy, but just because this one got the name Exorcist, I think it's that much cooler. I would say that the Camaro wins for the most aggressive front bumper. The rear's kind of lacking. I would say that the Mustang is probably the most aggressive looking, and then the Camaro's probably almost on the close second. It's also, the Camaro gets a lot of bonuses as it is the cheapest out of all three of the muscle cars by almost 20 grand. You know you're buying a race car when you buy this car. So the suspension is almost like as stiff as it possibly can be. That goes into our last and final car, and that is the Dodge Hellcat Redeye Demon. Arguably the most popular car on this list. I also figured I mentioned them last so I can give them enough time to get back home to finish their theft.
I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it.
I feel like there is a 50% of people feel like they are the best cars to ever touch asphalt, and then the other 50% wish they could get them all into one group and literally just drop a fucking nuke on them. Which I get, they have a horrible reputation for the amount of takeovers they do. They weigh a ton. They weigh 600 more pounds than the Camaro. Options, you can get a regular base Hellcat with 707 horsepower. You can get a Hellcat Redeye for 797 horsepower, and then you can also get their new and improved Dodge Demon, which is 840 horsepower. Now obviously these are going to vary in prices. Base Hellcat, if you really dive deep into the internet, I'm sure you can get some used ones for 65 to 70k for a Challenger, no wide body, no options, probably like 40k miles, but you don't know what you're gonna get yourself into because you don't know how many human beings that thing hit. Then there's the Hellcat Redeye, which the Hellcat Redeye is honestly so fire. But that's when you start to run into the same problem as the GT500, as it's going to be running you almost 97 to probably over 110 grand. And then of course the Demon is just out the wazoo, especially since now it's almost like a collector's item. They vary in prices. I've seen ones for 150, I've seen ones for 200K, I've seen ones for 130. Dodge does do a good job of making a modern day, but kind of also mixing it with the retro feel to it. So it has that modern muscle car to it where it's super aggressive, especially if you black the car out. It's super aggressive, but it kind of also has that boxy kind of old school feel to it. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. On a track, the Hellcat Redeye is actually the slowest out of these three groups. And somehow, some way, this car also has the best fuel efficiency. Also, it sounds the best. I believe that the Hellcat Redeye also sounds the best. If you were to put all three of them in front of me and me to go, ooh, I'm gonna take that one, no money aside, I think I would probably go the Hellcat Redeye. But that's gonna be it for today's video. Leave in the comments which one you guys would pick, and let me know if you guys like this type of video, because I'm down to film more like this. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. But peace.